go to the spot that feels the most.
Sometimes the stage is just too good also.
Yeah, I mean,
you're
yeah,
like, I
true.
gotta, it's just so nice being here. But let's get into it, folks. It's grand finals here of the South American bracket for the Spring Championships. Lopes only needs a single set to win. Power needs 2.
All right, let's see. Great start already for Lopes, getting a few hits in with that serrated blade. Okay, nice response from Power. Once again, it looks like defaulting to that slower approach to the neutral game, and it's working out, able to get his hits in. Tries to go for a read. Good punish from Lopes. I love the recognition for not going for the jump side air on that D-light and just does a falling side air, recognizing he gets that extra height from the pickup from the D-light across the lip of the edge.
Oh, that's a pretty critical miss from Power, not clipping the anti-air as Lopes also whipped in response. Gets the 2-piece, gets the disarm. Weapon toss allows Lopes to continue the star for a little bit longer, too.
Nice patience from Lopes.
Yeah, that
there.
was so nice. Really waited specifically, I think, for Power to dip down to a certain height as well. Like, knew that Power was spending a lot of movement, jumping over, but found the arc that correctly got Lopes the read, correctly got him that recovery. But, as I say it, Power evens the stocks right back up.
Yeah, not afraid to let that side signature rip. I mean, it's been such a good signature pretty much the entire time Ember's been in the game. It's been one that people of all skill levels have been like, dang, this move's really good. And we've kept it that way. It's one of the things that, at this point, I think is just kind of a staple of Ember. You don't have Ember without that bow side sig.
Okay, just a couple of small neutral skirmishes here and there. What's interesting to me is that Lopes is going for the sword like pretty early in some of these damage ranges, so maybe he's just trying to get these individual hits, but Cannon was kind of the de facto weapon for, at least from respawn on.
Nice.
Does get clipped up, loses the weapon regardless. Touches, plenty of time here. Power misses the first attempt. Lopes making it a little bit ambiguous where he's going, but it did not matter. Great scout out by Power. Picks up the recovery and a pretty healthy lead.
Yeah, and really hard to get in on Katars / really what it is, it's hard to whiff against Katars. A lot of other weapons, the frame data is like just slow enough that, a lot of times, even if you see someone whiff, you can't quite get there in time to hit them with something. But Katars have that added benefit where the frame data is just fast enough that if you whiff, Power just like that can dash right in with a sidelight and get a punish for it.
Of course. Just nickel and diming, finding these. I'm actually shocked that Power didn't even nair when Lopes was on top, Like they were completely stacked on top of each other, didn't even take the damage, just wanted to try to get like a raw neutral win off of like a pretty clear whiff punish. As the dust settles, though, it's last stock. It's a pretty gentle damage lead for Power. Gets a 3-piece once again.
All right, let's see. Once again, slowing things down here, and I think Lopes, right, good start. To the corner, good extra bit of damage as well. Catches the landing. This is going to
disarm soon, actually, I think, with how much damage.
Okay.
A couple more like 2 to 3 hit strings, and then you're going to get a disarm or the offstage, whichever one comes first.
Nice. Lopes finally getting some momentum, forces the dodge out. Oh, misses the jump input. Oh, huge miss for Lopes, but another opportunity. Surprising to go for the D-light for the punish there instead, opting for the N-light a little bit faster, and that N-sig has been such a reliable tool all day today from Lopes to secure those knockouts.
His ability to come back in games where it really looks like he's down and out is really, really impressive to me. I mean, I was saying it's either a disarm or an offstage, whichever comes first, and then the first offstage that Lopes got just took the stock pretty much, so really, really great turnaround from him. Only 2 games away from just winning the tournament outright, too. That's that winner side advantage in grand finals.
Yeah, doing such a good job of just shifting gears, man. It's quite nice to see because I was kind of getting to a point where I'm like, I think in a lot of situations, Lopes would kind of jockey for stage positioning and then force Power into the corner and then kind of swing a little bit haphazardly. And I was kind of hoping, maybe you'll kind of play to control the stage a little bit more and force Power to do something. Yeah. But then that final stock came around and Lopes just immediately knew how to break the zone. He had scouted out the defensive options from Power enough. Oh my God! Oh, that didn't hit.
Wait, there was nothing. That's insane. The wall's just not long enough either. So Lopes kind of throws away first stock there with Power super healthy.
We've seen him do it before. But if you're Power, you're kind of like, awesome, I got a freebie.
Yeah, 100%.
Nice here. You just got to make sure that, I mean, if you play kind of the same strategy that Power's been playing.
Okay.
That did KO.
It was close.
He was in there, bro. Like,
they were both in the magnifying glass.
That was Zoe. That was a knockout for sure, but I guess Cinder just not having enough juice, even with the attack stance.
Okay, there's a burn dodge. Couldn't quite get the juice to move all the way off stage when the ground pound was attempted by Lopes, but this is a lot of good damage to try to mount a comeback.
Okay, I guess the end light. Oh,
okay,
nice
can't
try.
scoop it. Oh, what a weight from Power. That was really nice.
I love that setup. It's kind of similar to like a tech chase there, where you get the first hit and then you kind of just jump up, spot dodge, wait to see what the defensive option is from your opponent, and then just respond accordingly with the correct move. Great way of getting that stock, but Lopes sending the message right back with that down sig on the cannon.
Yeah, you do get to kind of almost like soft option select it, which is pretty sweet because you can just go into the gravity cancel as we saw. So really clean from Power. There was a charity stock given from Lopes at the start of this game, so don't count him out of the woods just yet. But again, this like a little bit slower and reactive play style that Power is going for, and then he can really burst into extended strings as he needs to, has really been working out for him despite being down in the set.
Yeah, Lopes just trying to bait out these attacks and then punch accordingly, and it's working here. Manages to get the disarm and a brand new. And what patience from Power not letting that dodge rip. It doesn't matter though. I think that should send too far. Do you like ground pound?
Yeah, ground pound outright.
D-light, yeah, just go straight for it. And honestly, pretty winnable spot for Lopes. Yeah,
for sure. Just about to enter red, just in the, basically orange right now. And we've seen Lopes kind of the king of clutch in this bracket so far, being able to make these insane turnarounds. God. Look at this. Side switch and breaking ankles all day. Power just really doesn't even know how to dodge in those positions.
That's a sword that's going to be on the floor for Lopes next. I think he just went through 2 cannons, so if he's going to make the clutch, going to have to be with the blade. If one can spawn, there it is.
Gets one.
And Ensig still an option. We've seen him clutch out with that one before. D-Light Sair forces into the corner.
Can he get there? Oh, tries to sweep it towards the other side correctly. Reads it. Oh, that's a whiff punish, and that's going to do it. Power, by the skin of his teeth, just hangs on, able to equalize the set count at 1-1.
Yeah, I kind of respect the attempt, because we haven't seen Lopes let that side sig rip kind of at all. It's mainly been just the end sig. I don't even think we've really seen the anchor come out either. I just thought, if anything, that if he was going to go for that he might overshoot it.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, he kind of just stayed stationary and just side sig the other way. I thought he would have dashed forward and tried to go for it, and that probably would have been the difference. You know, it would have caught a spot dodge at least, but either, you know, thought that maybe there was going to be a dash in from Power, or maybe he just missed his dash input. Who's to say, but you know, did all the work of making that game a last hit situation, considering that he gave up the stock pretty early on. And so a bit of a bummer that he couldn't make the full comeback happen, but all things considered, still a very good game, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing about being in winner side, right? Like, you have so much cushion to be able, like, you can afford to lose some of those games. Like, he threw that stock away early, dude. Like, it was super early. And even so, he still did more damage than Power over the span of that game, and 440 of it came just from the cannon. So those reads are on point. We'll see if Lopes can tighten this thing up and maybe close it out in one set, or if Power still has some gas left in the tank to force a reset.
All right, let's see Lopes starting off with the sword this time around. It's going to be the first weapon spawn. I feel like he's been cooking a lot with that cannon.
Watch these dodges, though. It's after like 2 or 3 hits we're seeing Lopes start to burn the dodge. That one was a little bit earlier, but nobody was home for Power.
There you go. Anchor drop right off the stage to keep it safe.
Well, where are you going?
Effectively the same thing as doing a down sig there, right? You cover effectively the same area, but trying to get tricky. You know, sometimes you just throw out that ground pound and try to catch your opponent unaware.
Nice. I like it. I like it. Okay. Yeah, and like you just said before, Flambeau, it was like so many NSIGs, right, that we were not really seeing the side signature.
Yeah.
So keep that in the back pocket now if you're Lopes, and you have this like bursty range option to maybe sneak away a stock now if you're Lopes. But really good start for him regardless.
Gets caught on the way down. And I like that. I like that he doesn't Sair to get back to the stage, doesn't leave a window for him to get punished. Instead, just uses his jumps and fastballs and touches the base platform.
Yeah. Just a couple of stray hits here and there. Power doesn't want to pull the trigger yet. The Sair forces the disarm, forces the offstage, and forces the stock. It's evened up.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because Lopes was checking Power a lot with that exact same play, immediate dash from ground pound, and Power was not falling for it. But then Power says, well, what if I do it to you? And immediately finds the mark.
See if maybe Lopes copies the homework a little bit on the second stock. Just gets a couple strong neutral wins. Sair doesn't quite connect to force the offstage, but we'll get to swap to the cannon that has just been putting in an astronomical amount of work throughout every set we've seen from Lopes so far. Can't get the side switch. Power fights his way out. There's the nairs, though. I mean, we're seeing a lot more of these stacked position nairs, which is like what you want to do when you're playing guitars.
Yeah, especially against Cannon. It's going to have a bit of a tougher time punishing from that position. Disarmed now. Lopes kind of trailing behind. Oh, bit of a YOLO ground pound. An attempt to punish, but it's not going to hit. But Lopes just waiting for that weapon spawn. There it is. Power with the weapon throw to starve him out. And to get the guitars back in his hand. That's a twofer.
Oh, man, this spawn could not, weapon spawn could not come soon enough. Small neutral when Lopes just runs for the hills to try to get the sword in hand. And he does get it, takes a little bit of damage. And Sair now off stage. Ooh. Gets a second one, loses his stock, largely in part because he ran for that weapon spawn, I'm going to say.
And now that means there's going to be another cannon queued up here. But just getting minced apart by these guitars. Not quite in the danger zone yet either. Huge damage for Power.
I think Power's got some good momentum. He does lose the weapon right there. Sair doesn't connect to take the stock. Recovery doesn't connect either. Swipes away on the weapon spawn. Power able to touch, but Lopes cutting off every angle. Makes it a last stock situation.
Yeah, the Fortress of Lions helping out there, making that recovery to a stage spike. Go ahead and close that stock out. Otherwise, you might see Power coming back to stage to do some more damage, but...
Oh, nice. Barely not enough. To extend that a little bit further, these nairs are just barely poking and prodding Lopes away, just dissuading him from pursuing these like 2-3 hit strings, and Lopes can't find more than a single opening. Oh, covering! Oh my gosh, you were so close!
And we get the pickup as well. We're getting close to D-Light Nair territory as well for the knockout. One more blow, and then I think it's on the table. Yep.
Next one. Oh! What? Why? What was the impetus to go for that? Can we just see that one? That was crazy. Why?
To remind him that he's fighting Ember. To remind him that he's fighting Ember. That's
holy moly. That one's a wake-up call. I mean, look, I think that was Lopes's game to lose. I looked away. I didn't. He did that from like middle, right?
Yeah. Listen.
Oh my goodness.
Got hops on that dog, man.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah, kind of snagged that one, honestly. I mean, Lopes definitely had momentum. Just kind of getting, you know, hit by the fact that Cannon isn't all that great at KOing off the side with just like a stray hit. Right?
Yes.
You know, does a great job of chaining you off to the side with the side airs and to, you know, the recovery at the end. But just raw from center stage, it's more likely to get a knockout off the top. And on a stage like the Fortress of Lions, that D-Light Nair was not enough to get it. So
for sure. But already out the gates, Lopes with some pretty good damage. It looks like he's not happy with how that last game went.
Gonna try to channel that rage into a victory here, getting pieced up by these nairs. There's an N-Light, throws that N-Sig. Honestly, none of them have hit, but you always have to represent it as a Sidra player to condition your opponent to trying to recover low, and then you can punish and get some side Sigs or D-Lights off the corner.
And sometimes you just get the chump check too, which is great, right? So like it is kind of a no-brainer to go for that as part of your flow chart, because like you said, you can sometimes go gangbusters, get like everything that you want and more, close up the stock. Sometimes it just forces them into a certain position. And with all that said, none of the conditioning mattered, at least for that stock, because we just saw sword recovery pick up the first strike.
Okay, let's see. The patience, the weapon throw to break the mold, right? Doesn't want to do anything too committal. Ooh,
oh, this is crazy. Where are you going?
And that might
Hits
be
the backboard.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a bait all along, but Power sent himself so far down there that, I mean, if you're Lopes, you can't not attempt to go for a crazy reversal.
And that's what ends up being the downfall of the cannon, just a really awkward weapon to try to recover from that position from if you don't find the hit. So good juggles from Lopes. Weapon throw as well. I like the down air, but a better response. Almost gets the down air recovery chain there. Well, hold on, this is doing a lot of work.
This is Sweatbeads, just let it rock.
Ground pound moment.
Yeah, it may be tough to react as soon as you see the Sweatbeads to just go for like ground pound or dare or just about anything, but tough call for sure. Lopes still hanging on to this gentle lead, but we saw this one in the previous game. Hang on, Power.
We're scrapping now. I mean, Lopes needs one D-Light, but can you find it? Gets disarmed, and Power's now going to starve him, and you just going to lose your stock just like that. What a response, going for the grab cancel D-Light toward the top of the stage. They have to convert into that KO. Pretty much guaranteed when you get a D-Light recovery that high up.
Insanity. And look, Power's playing keep away now really well. How long can he hang on to this stock? It was recovery attempt. It's disarm. Catches the dodge as well. Lopes running for the hills to try to get the cannon in time. Is it going to be just one strong hit? Just a Sair. Doesn't even disarm. Weapon toss. Not going to disarm.
Recovery, can't get it, and now you don't have recovery to get back. Gonna catch the landing because of that.
This is so much damage that Power is loving every second of. I mean, the gravy is just being poured all over the mashed potatoes right now. Even if you lose the stock right now, you're not feeling that bad.
And doesn't want to let the ground pound or the down air rip there. Says one more end light in the corner should be enough, and that's exactly what we're going to find. I love the patience there from Lopes, not trying to risk anything he doesn't have to. And now, honestly, in the light orange, so you actually have a decent amount of runway to work with here to try to make this comeback. One good cannon string could be all she wrote. Beautiful dodge on the end sig, but you're whiffing that side light, and that gives Power an opportunity.
Oh, hang on, off the backboard again. Tries to go. Yeah, tries to take it door to door, but Power says, why not we take it set to set? It's going to be a grand finals reset here after a 3-1 victory, and now it all comes down to this.
Yeah, no, I mean, I respect it. Lopes recognized the situation, said I might be able to get a quick turnaround here, but wasn't able to get that second down air off the side. Right, was able to get the first, try to turn him around. We saw the win. It's like, I got to turn this around. But honestly, good defense from Power, kind of jumping back to the side there. Really hard to cover with the cannon. You'd have to like go for a hard read with like a side air there. And at that point, you're pretty much throwing yourself next to the blast zone. So
yeah, I feel like that happened definitely twice. But like, let's see if it's a consistent theme as we go into the reset, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it was like Power basically just dangling the carrot in front of Lopes, saying like, I'm so vulnerable. Like you can just KO me off stage or whatever. And then Lopes goes for single hit, tries to extend it a little bit further, gets punished big time for it, and that's how we got to the result we have. Power with a little bit of momentum behind him. I mean, I've talked about this in a lot of different games, right? This idea of if you're coming from the elimination side, you get so many more reps in before, whereas Lopes was just waiting for this set to happen. Could be a difference maker.
And honestly, I think overall just struggling more to find the knockouts.
Once again, yeah, just willing to send off stage, and I think Lopes is maybe a little bit scared now. Look at this, like, as soon as he goes up there, Power's like, all right, I guess I'll get stuck.
Yeah, because at this point, I don't think there has been a single successful reversal from Lopes to punish Power for going off stage with a ground pound, right? So at this point, I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm going to do it every single time. If I'm not losing anything for it, and at worst, I don't get punished, at best, I'm the one reversing my opponent.
Yeah.
It just seems like the risk-reward is just so skewed in your favor. Just go for the off-stage play at that point.
And again, this damage, every single passing hit is just so good when you're in Power's position. The macro game has just been really solid, sending himself off stage in places that look a little bit weird, but just getting the reversals where they count the most.
All right, runs to the platform to get back onto the stage. Looking for that side light or D-Light opener here. Tries to dash in. I think the D-Light gets caught by Lopes' D-Light, coming out a little bit faster. We go ahead and lose that first stock, but still pretty decent lead, all things considered here for Power.
Lopes patrolling around this weapon spawn. Power able to thread the needle, just jumps right behind Lopes and gets the preferred matchup, I think, right now, because those Katars have been putting in work right now for Power. No end light to be found, but plenty of dodge reads instead.
Just going for the recovery because it's so hard to punish even if it misses. That's going to be the stop.
Oh my
Beautiful
gosh.
punish. Just patient.
Yeah, like it's so crazy, like the mode change too of going from like the Qatar, like I'm gonna string together a bunch of hits for 1,000,000 damage, and then like let me just play grounded for a minute and go for a signature, and then I get a KO off a side blast.
Oh my god. Yeah, huge amount of damage rack up there from Power. Lopes looking kind of lost a little bit here in terms of how to deal with these guitars. That's going to be a punch for Power as well. Force Lopes off stage. Didn't get the touch. There he does. Sneaks it in there.
No recovery, but yeah, plenty of runway for Power now. So every single aerial, that's even a disarm too. That's huge for Power.
Yeah, next end light's probably going to be met with a jump, gravity cancel D-light. And if he gets it, might put Lopes within the danger zone. Here it is. No, patiently waits on the ground.
Lopes just looking for some type of agency in this game. It's a small whiff punish, but Power stares their way out. Recovery barely, not enough. Yeah, I mean, this is really just looking like, I was going to say, Qatar recoveries is very much going to be close to the top blast zone now.
Nice catch.
Lopes gets one.
All right.
It's doable. I mean, this has happened like 4 games in a row now, Flambeau, where it's like Lopes is so far behind on last stock, but we're like, he can do it. I don't know.
This one I'm a little bit, I don't see the vision as much. Yeah, I mean, the Nair picks it up. I think Power just did such a good job of racking up the damage that it was like, if you can hit him, bro, I think you just win.
Totally.
Right? Whether it's end light, whether it's Nair, you know, side air, everything was just kind of pushing toward a knockout at that point because he had just done all the damage prior. I think that's one of the reasons Qatars are so great. If you're playing Qatars and you have a lead, you can really just play to rack up damage. You can just say, I'm not going to do anything but float and do falling Nair.
Yeah, you get more time to play like super reactive for sure. And that was definitely the Power show through and through. 580 damage dealt versus 363 damage on the side of Lopes. I mean, Power was just in the driver's seat all the way through.
We'll see if, this goes a little bit differently. I mean, Lopes has had a really hard time getting momentum going. I think even in the past, 4 or 5 games now, we've only seen 1 or 2 instances of where the cannon has really been able to pop off, and even then, it has not led to a stop loss.
he gets the long strings occasionally 4 or 5 hits or whatnot. But to your point, like you had said earlier, the cannon as a weapon is not really finding these individual KOs that meet the blast zone, right? It's usually chained off of something else. So yeah, I think maybe early damage he's doing an okay job with the cannon, but something changed between the first set and this one. Oh my gosh, it's just stock. It's just stock.
I'm surprised. That was maximum range, man. When I tell you that dog got hops, man. That's a long jump to go ahead and close out that first stock. Power looking like might be able to just do a run and just, get the reset and then go into the 3-0 combo here if Lopes can't figure it out. I mean, that weapon throw breaks up that D-light combo that Lopes was going for. And we still have a decently sizable lead. I mean, catching that N-Sig, but getting back to the stage. Oh, nice. That was a bit greedy with that recovery there, but manages to get back to the ground.
We'll see if he adopts the playstyle that you were talking about as well. It looks like it's a little bit grounded, but these Nairs are just tacking on incremental damage every single time.
Okay. Not the hugest lead, but a lead nonetheless. Power doing a great job. I mean, playing with punish of, be tricky with movement and then come and punish with the dash inside light. Lopes
crazy counter,
yeah.
And of course, you set up the flow chart because it's the right thing to do, but Lopes looking for an answer. Power, just a 2-piece, can't quite catch the jump.
And I like these kind of soft reads that Power goes for, right? Tries to follow up the string with the recovery. If it doesn't hit, he's in a spot that's hard to hit. Just comes back down to the stage.
They're not super committal, which is nice. And then you can just go for these signatures. This is just really impressing me.
The past 3 or 4 stocks he's taken have just been doing a sig in the middle of center stage.
Lopes is probably genuinely thinking, what the dog do? I don't know what the dog is doing right now, and I'm losing stocks to it every time.
I hit by the Qatar side sig, the bow side sig. Trying to play grounded, and Power's just making him suffer for it.
Chase dodge up. I mean, nobody is there, though. There's just no follow-up for Lopes. And like you said, Power is making it really difficult to be hit.
Okay.
A little bit of a step back. Tries to go for a signature if Lopes gets greedy and takes the stage too early. But he's going to enter edge slip now. This is 2 exclamation points. A third one. I can't believe that missed.
Yeah, I honestly thought Power was going to go for the side sig there. Just because he had represented the end sig before. And I thought that was going to be the conditioning to say don't jump. Thought Lopes was going to go try to grab to the stage grounded and get caught by the side sig, but Power, I think, went 1 Yomi layer too far. but it shouldn't matter all too much at this point. We're kind of in a similar situation where if he's able to land an N-Light or a D-Light, that recovery is going to set up for the knockout.
Weapon gets picked up. Lopes threw his away importantly, so there's not going to be a spawn for a second. Favorable position, gets the sword.
Big.
Off the ground bounce, and it's one game away for Power to somehow swing this from the elimination run all the way to a gold medal.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking pretty good. I don't even really know what to say. I feel like Power is just kind of outclassed so far. Has been struggling to find these knockouts. I mean, looking at these replays, right, and it's Power center stage, side sig, boom,
yeah,
right, and you're just caught, and it's a fast sig. You know, I'll give it up. Both of those sigs are, like,
the whole
pretty
kit
fast,
is very
right?
fast.
But and then that time ending it with a down sig, which, like, I knew there was going to be a sig there regardless. And then kind of down sig, if you do a charge side sig or down sig, they kind of cover similar things there.
Right.
But it's looking rough, you know?
Dude, I really don't know what happened between set 1 and set 2, right? And I think we see this so often in Grand Finals resets, but in the opposite direction, where it's like the player who comes from elimination side wins, like, dominantly, right? And gets the reset, and it was like, well, it was a 3-1. Like, it would be pretty dominant for Power. But then in the reset, the person who was in winners usually, like, locks in hella, right? And
then they just, like, win the
win
whole thing, yeah.
But it feels like the reverse has happened, and Power was like, why don't I stay locked in and you stay completely unlocked? And, like, we'll just keep doing this until the tournament's over.
And I think the, like, other part about it, too, is I think the weapons that Power has in his arsenal are just way easier to be consistent with.
Sure.
Right? You know, Katars, bow, the game plans stay fairly consistent. The punishes are also pretty consistent, you know, and you have a lot of soft reads that you can go for that even if you're running kind of the same flow chart, the consistency is going to feel about comparable.
Yeah,
and then maybe you'll have those games where you, like, really get to pop off, but at the bare minimum, you get stuff like that. On the other side, though, Lopes Cannon is a very read-heavy weapon. If you're not getting the reads, you're just going to show in your gameplay.
Yeah, I mean,
heavily.
even the edge guard flowcharts, I would say, if we really want to dissect what's going on, like Lopes going for the N6 with the sword, also, that's a timing read. Like, you are waiting for them to come up, and it's like Power usually has not been getting caught, at least in this second set, by that as often. That's probably a huge difference maker, too.
Lopes hasn't been able to get any N-Sig on the cannon, any side sig either. We did see one down sig, I think, in the first set, but the signature kit has been pretty much a non-issue for Power, and then even when it comes down to the light attacks, you know, has been at best able to string some damage. Oh, and he chokes there, accidentally does not touch the wall there, is forced to recover. Power recognizes the scenario and gets a free edge guard as a result. At this point, where you're at tournament point, making mistakes like that does not spell well.
Yeah, I mean, there was a small little head bonk there as well, so underneath the bottom side of the stage. Not what you want to see for sure. I mean, Lopes did take the first lead of this reset right now, but just like that, Power swung the damage right back in his favor.
And propping him up.
Oh my gosh, that recovery was so close to top last zone. Second one, waited for it, just did not have enough time. Oh my gosh, and the step backs as well. Lopes is just swinging at Ghost right now.
Pretty decent job with the juggles here, but you see Power is happy just getting these N-Lights. One of them was going to give him the recovery. Just a matter of time.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, he can afford to wait, right? Like, because even if he loses the stock here, a recovery will find its mark eventually. And whether it's recovery with Katars or now he's going to have, I think, the bow, because I don't think he primed another Katar. Yeah, so he does have bow here. It's just like a matter of time before we go to one stock apiece. So it's about damage mitigation now as Lopes hangs on to this lead.
Even the side air, I think, will probably send at this point. There's the recovery we're all looking for. Finally finds the mark here. Now Power one stock away from being the Springs champion. Lopes, this is, you have to do the reverse 3-0 from this position. We'll see if you can make it happen, but so far getting pieced up by these Katars still.
But does have the offstage. The N-Sig was the return to stage option of choice to try to clip Power, but gives a little bit more respect now. Gets the recovery. A little bit more damage, just the dare into Nair. Oh, that's a huge miss. Power can't connect it to more than a 3-piece, though. Gets the dodge that he's looking for. Lopes makes it back towards center stage. Recovery finds it off stage. Here's the Sair. Going way, way high.
Punish. Oh,
that
gets the
recovery's
dodge.
close. That's a disarm. Next recovery, we talked about it. It will eventually find its mark, so Lopes has to find that KO first.
Yeah, Lopes needs a burst option here to cut through the extra amounts of damage he would need to get otherwise a normal conversion, and that's an opportunity.
Oh,
Nope, not enough.
Oh my gosh, it would have been cerebral.
D-Light recovery is the name of the game here for Lopes. If you can find that D-Light, goes for the N-Sig power, doesn't go for the weapon
Lopes
pickup.
has to win at this point. You have to win after doing all that conditioning. Don't let it end like this. Don't let it end like this.
Oh, N-Light.
Oh my gosh.
Tries to go for the nair there. The N-Light's not going to be enough in the corner. Maybe can get the edge guard. Power's going to spend enough.
Such deep red.
He doesn't go for a ground pound.
N-Light. This is insane. Lopes is so nervous. This is his tournament. N-Light is enough to do it, and he stays in the game. My heart is beating. I was freaking out because we were talking about the cannon signature, right, of covering the high angle, and it took like 6 games, but we finally got there, right?
Yeah,
isn't that crazy?
Because Sidra does have that unique aspect to her where when she does cannon N-Sig, she is actionable before the cannonball has actually disappeared.
Yeah.
And so you get to bait people there like we saw Lopes do. He throws out the cannon N-Sig, immediately does D-Light at the end of it because, you know, obviously from the other side of that, you see the cannonball, you're like, well, I'm not going to jump into that. Gets caught by the D-Light and then goes for the nair, and it just barely doesn't knock out.
Oh my gosh, it was games and games of conditioning. And it's like, dang, you finally got it. If it netted the KO, I would have lost it. But, like, still, Lopes is in this set now. Could it be a reverse 3-0? I'm not sure. Power still just needs one singular game to be able to close out this South American bracket for Spring Champs. But Lopes with a little bit of fire underneath him now.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, quite a change of scenery here. We'll see if that works out. I mean, honestly, you know, I think these bigger stages seem to be working out a little bit better for Lopes than they have been for Power, so maybe we want to keep that going. Okay.
And this is the thing about these like kind of awkwardly spaced platforms where it's like Lopes can shark underneath a lot of them.
Yes.
It's really hard for Power to be able to come down because these are so high up.
Yeah, hard to come down, also hard to punish, right? If you're on that platform, he's throwing a nair, makes it a little bit more awkward to come through the platform. And that was a beautiful
The slide
cover.
charge.
Yeah, right. I mean, because on a stage like this, even if you're not netting the knockout outright with the cannon, if you're able to send your opponent far enough to the side, you're going to end up spending enough resources, especially with these small walls, that you're able to cover a lot with that slide charge down stage.
Lopes looks like he has a little bit of momentum, a little bit of spunk back. See if he can keep this one, maybe force another game 5. Power calls the drift right back in, clips it with the signature to even this one right back up, but Lopes is hanging on to a decently healthy lead in terms of damage.
And I love the spacing from that too. Power knew exactly at what moment Lopes was going to try to counterattack and just space that side sig preemptively. If he's going to be able to continue playing like that, I have no doubt he'll be able to make the comeback damage-wise. Let's see if Lopes can kind of slow him down, make that game 5 happen.
Oh,
That's
yoink that sword away as well. Burn the dodge. Power recovers over the stage, but Lopes doesn't get too much of a punish. Oh my gosh! The 3-piece unarmed into a gracious weapon spawn?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Heaven's chosen one. Let's see. Oh, huge opportunity, big damage.
I think we're going game 5, Flambeau.
It's looking like it if things continue the way that they have. Let's see. Ooh.
Okay,
Come on, ground pound.
touches.
Oh, doesn't. Okay, we'll take it though. Build a bear.
Yeah, it was just barely inside the stage, so it got you the ground bounce instead of just the stock off the bottom.
Oh, and the side sig again. Power's so good at finding those, and the long-lasting active frames of that signature is also able to catch the spot dodge. Only the second part of that sig hit, and that's all Power needed.
Yeah, these signatures have been a big difference maker. Previous game that Lopes was able to win, Power hit 0 signatures. And I think we've been pointing it out. It's basically been getting a stock every time they hit.
Wow, good movement around these platforms. Power doesn't have a lot here. Has to burn the dodge, goes up.
Oh, hang on.
Lopes misses up on the 50-50. Was either he's going to dodge in or delay it.
Listen, keep this in mind. This is still Lopes' tournament right here. Anything could happen. Sair doesn't connect. Nair doesn't connect either. This is super scary now if you're Lopes. Power's starting to creep their way back into it. It could be a power creep, though. Weapon toss doesn't find anybody. Oh, finds the recovery. It's a disarm. One more recovery. Exhausted. No. Sweat beats from Power. Throws this away. Gets the weapon starve into Lopes. And it's just basically a signature away. Is it going to be the
Oh, my
score?
God.
He finds it. It's not enough.
Dodge should be back here. Burns it. Doesn't catch the landing.
Oh my God. Lopes.
One recovery from Lopes is all it takes. One hit from Power to win the entire tournament.
Oh, just switches the side. Reverses the situation. Lopes doesn't want to press a button
Oh,
yet.
that
The
should be
Sarah
it.
doesn't come through.
Doesn't get the
Power
read.
doesn't press a button yet, and that's not enough either.
What? And Lopes has no weapon. He's unarmed. Just YOLOs
Why are
it.
you running in like that? This is crazy.
No huge punish on that side stick. That should have been the tournament. And Lopes manages to force the game 9.
I don't know. What is this?
That's called nerves.
Dude, he ran and went
He did a
went for
unarmed
heavy-
side sig.
Yes, like
That should have just been a side sig response from Power, and the tournament should have been over. But he definitely choked because he was like, there's no way that just happened, right? Like, he could not believe his own eyes because there is no reason here that Lopes should have been able to make this go the full distance, but
Oh
yet
my
here
gosh.
we are.
We were saying Lopes is clutched out in like these weirdly miraculous moments throughout this entire bracket, and I'm mostly just talking about that one game versus C.
Yeah.
But now this is like, what if we're living in the Twilight Zone? This
Twice
upside
now on
down
Shadow
place.
Scar as well, right? It's been the
Oh
same
my
stage.
gosh. Wow,
Oh.
and it all comes down to this, folks. The South American champion will be determined on Western Air Temple, a Game 5 off the reset. Power was up 2-0, and Lopes has the opportunity to win this tournament with a reverse 3-0. Let's get underway. I mean, this is absolute cinema.
Yeah, nothing's more heartbreaking as a competitor to get that far, that close, right? One hit away from winning the entire thing and then losing. And I kind of don't want that level of anguish for Power. But on the other side of things, if you're Lopes, to make the complete reverse run, right? Like
They
that's
both have
legendary.
traveled long distances to get here, which is the scary part now, right? Like Lopes has barely scraped by on 2 games. Importantly, though, Lopes started out with first strike. He started out with a stock advantage in both of those, so want to see if maybe the same pattern persists in this game. Because if Power takes first stock here and then can run away with the momentum, it could just be a done deal.
Oh, the weapon throw doesn't hit. We could down sig here. We could represent a downer in the corner as well, trying to bait something by that dash, and then just doesn't pull the trigger. But wait, the side air, weapon throw, force a dodge, and doesn't even have to worry about it. Looks like we're going to get the first stock here. Power in a great position in this game number 9.
So this is what led to Power winning games 1 and 2, right? Like you had already said, especially with a heavy Qatar player,
yes.
You're like, okay, I can be willing to take trades. I can be willing to just kind of like nickel and dime, get my chip damage in, and then eventually the recovery will find me. With Power kind of having priority now, especially with Lopes not getting the KO there, Power has a lot more opportunity to just add on incremental damage here.
Oh, can't believe that end light doesn't hit. That's going to be the stock there. And honestly, a decent amount of damage racked on from Power. Probably would have liked to have gotten him a little bit closer to the orange, but all things considered, in a good spot. Gets a beautiful weapon spawn that leads to that conversion to the down sig as well. And now, you can start fishing to start sending Lopes off stage.
Okay, gets one nair.
Oh my
Second
God.
one doesn't connect.
Oh my
Wait,
God.
Lopes is going absolutely off. Ground pound potentially. Goes for it.
Oh, no,
Doesn't
no,
go
no, no,
through.
no, no.
Wait, this is...
Wait.
There wasn't a lot of movement left from Power, I'm pretty sure. Lopes still in the advantage, though. Tries to cover the high angle. He's still in advantage state, which is crazy.
This is tight battle, man. Unarmed.
Weapon toss, that's stock.
it. Has to burn the dodge, and you just cover it with the gravity cancel breakdance. There's no other route
Dude,
of recovery.
I'm losing my mind right now, Flambo. What did this set turn into?
Power, wake up. Wake up, Power, wake up. Fight back, Power.
Fight back!
Because Lopes, he's fighting back now. And, you know, because my thing is, Lopes, he was on the winner's side. I'd argue Power has had to do more work to be here. And so I want him to bring it as close as he possibly can.
Lopes might just end it. It's looking like he wants to be done. He does not want the close quarters games that he had in games 3 and 4. He wants to win it with a stock to spare.
And Power moving like he's going to lose his stock on the next hit. Hold on, nice, gets the recovery.
Switch up its last stock game.
Lock in, baby. Lock in.
Oh my gosh, fight back! Okay, Power could get a string. Same could be said for Lopes. Power defending this weapon spawn.
You're not going to starve him,
versus Guitar. Oh my gosh, no starve. This is crazy.
That hit. I can't believe that hit.
No weapon though. Lopes running away, trying to find it. Power.
Nice. Oh, no chase dodge on the follow. Doesn't want to
this could
burn
be
too
recovery
much.
now though.
Yeah, Lopes needs one opening. He has to be careful. Could be a raw recovery. Could be a gravity cancel. D-Light power has to be so careful. Look at the movement.
My gosh.
Just narrowly away from these hitboxes. Throwing out these airs. He gets caught by the tentacle. Davy Jones, locker with you.
Oh, and he sent him to the 7 Seas. Lopes is going to be the South American champ off a reverse 3-0. Are we serious?
How many games has he been able to successfully just whip out that N-Sig when it mattered the most?